YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we have another White Forest variant for the day, and that is with the punks. Now, I've been testing this out for quite some time now. I did a 50 card version and I did a 60 card version. So far, the 50 and the 60 are pretty bad. So, we slimmed it down to a 47 card deck list. It was still bad, and then we slimmed it down a bit more into a 43 card deck list, which is now pretty good. As what you might know so far, and one of my subscribers telling me with regards to this variant is one Ash or one Imperm to your Punk line would actually stop you in your tracks. But nevertheless, with the help of your White Force, you still have access to your combo into a copy of either Yubel, Queen of the White Forest, or possibly a copy of your level 6 monsters. If you manage to go through with your first combo line with the punks, you will have on the field a copy of your Jam Dragon Drive plus a copy of the Sharakusai on the field, which you can just interrupt your opponent during their turn and then bounce some cards on the field with the help of the Amazing Dragon. To top it all off, you also have the interruptions from Yubel to summon a copy of your Formula Synchron or a copy of your Silvera on the field, which just flips everything face down on your opponent's side, which is pretty nasty at its own effect. We have one level 12 that you can use. You can choose not to run this though. I would advise just removing this and gaining access to a copy of Downward Magician just to increase the materials for your Zeus, but it's up to you if you want to run with this type of line. We're also running a copy of number 49 because it can't be targeted and you can just attack your opponent and go into a copy of Zeus just to board wipe in some cases. Really useful for a time. Now back to your main deck. We are running all of the level 3 psychic monsters for the punk archetype except for the Madame Spider. And if ever you run the Madame Spider, you need to run the copy of one of the trap cards that usually the punks use. So I would prefer not to use them because sometimes they are practically a brick if you're going second, and if you're going first, although it is an additional negate or additional pop, it's useless for a time. So I just went ahead and just go into a copy of Imperms and a copy of Woes plus a copy of Droplet, which is pretty much the same thing if you're just gonna run those punk cards. So it's still pretty good though. One copy of your Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit because this can be searched with a copy of your Jam Dragon Drive. One copy of your Metal Foes Fusion. I did use this for a couple of times just for the dump to the graveyard and then give you a +1 if ever you drop it. And there are a ton of abilities for the White Force and the punks that you can dump this card to the graveyard just to give out a +1. The deck works pretty well if they are uninterrupted. You have a ton of gas, you can play through a ton of interruptions, and I'm gonna showcase to you guys some of the replays that I played through a buttload of interruptions and then dealt on some closing gameplays. It might not be the best of White Forest variant. I know punks are a pretty nasty strategy if ever they are gonna be negated and you are gonna be down into one monster in the field, which takes up your normal summon. Take note, the White Forest needs its normal summon as well because majority of the time you will not have the copy of LZ on the field, and then majority of the time Tails only appears or can be activated if you have a face-up White Forest monster in the field. Nevertheless, that's why we have a copy of Toy Box here, or the Toy Box engine, which helps us quite a lot for the White Forest archetype. If you have this and you don't have any White Forest cards, you still have to use them for a discard from the Foxy Tune into another monster though. Still works perfectly well. And if ever you have one of the White Forest monsters, you can just use the effect of Toy Box, get a copy of your one Toy Soldier or a one copy of Toy Tank on the field, and then use them as fodders for the effects of the White Forest monsters. So yeah, the only cons for this deck is just basically the normal summon, so we just remove the copy of Stellar and just settled with our copies of LZ at this point on. You can run a Stellar if you like, but I do prefer just going with the special summons because it just basically is useful than a Stellar at this point on. A Stellar is a pretty good one-card combo if you want to have that in your main deck, but I do prefer not to and just settled with this level 2 instead. Anyways, that is our main deck and our extra deck. Let's move on to the replays. That's it for today, guys. Keep safe, good luck. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Boom.